Caring for someone with dementia is one of the toughest journeys, but you don't have to do it alone. I'm Allison Schreier, and my experience caring for my husband inspired me to create Zinnia, a therapeutic streaming service designed to support people living with dementia and reduce caregiver stress. Our research-backed videos are engaging, easy to follow, and they help ease the daily challenges like agitation and anxiety so that you can focus on connection and joy. Available by subscription on mobile and TV apps, Zinnia makes every day a little bit easier. Go to zinniatv.com and sign up for a free trial today. Use the code RESOURCE for 15% off an annual Zinnia subscription.
This is Medicare Moments with your host, the one and only Toni King. Hi, Toni King.
How are you doing, Jim? I have never seen such a change in Medicare's prescription drug plans as what I'm seeing right now. And that's what you and I are going to discuss, because America needs to get in the game. I keep telling you that, right?
You do. And it's certainly been a busy time of the year. There's a lot going on right now. And as this podcast is being recorded, the federal government is shut down. That also adds a layer of complexity that we haven't had to deal with before. But today's Medicare Moments with Toni King is going to focus on prescription drugs and what's going on in the world of prescription drugs, because we know a lot of our listeners take prescription drugs. A lot of our listeners have prescription drug plans, and it's that time of year when you have to look at it. And what Toni is finding right now, and what she's just said to us, is she's finding things like she's never found before, and not in a real good way. So Toni, how do we start this off?
Well, all I can tell people is that the Medicare prescription drug plans are changing drastically this year. I've never seen as much of a change as I've seen with the plans we have today. Some of them have gone away. Some of them have gone up by $50. I'm not going to call out insurance companies' names, because it's not about the names of the insurance companies. It's about the prescription drug plans. People that are on Medicare that are getting Part D, whether it's an Advantage plan or a standalone prescription drug plan, need to get in the game. I told you, Jim, about the lady that I helped who had not changed her plan in 5 years. She didn't even think about it. She just kept going on and on and on and on and on with the same plan that we had put her on 5 years ago. And in 2025, this plan is $89.20. And it is with one of the biggest Medicare supplement insurance companies that write a Part D plan. So the plan is going up to $114.80. It's going from $89.20 to $114.80 with a deductible. It's always been a zero deductible plan. There are very few of those right now. So the deductible in Texas, and we're talking Texas, is $130. It could be different throughout the country. But when I did her prescriptions and she only had one, I changed her to a plan that's $22 and I believe 30 cents. It had a $615 deductible. Meeting that deductible with the one prescription that she had, it saved her over $2,000.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah. So she wouldn't have known it had we not sat down and changed her. We were changing her Medicare supplement. And I said, let's look at your prescription drug plan. When I looked at it, her prescription would have been, I think she would have paid $167 a month with the cost of the prescription drug plan and her prescriptions. And it ended up being only $47. So it saved her a lot of money.
You did. You saved her a lot of money. And it gets back to what you said just a short while ago, which is people kind of leave the plans roll over. They don't feel that there's a need to change their plan. They've had the same plan for a couple few years, maybe more, but the Medicare world has changed. And some of those plans, like you said, are going away, or some of them are becoming much more expensive, 3-4 times a month what you were paying before. And we still don't know Medicare Part A and Medicare Part B, what that's going to look like in 2026, right?
They
Toni?
haven't released those numbers yet. And since we're doing this podcast, we're doing it around around the 20th of October is when we're doing this. Mm-hmm. They have not released those numbers, but the Part D numbers have been released.
Right.
And a lot of the Advantage plans, your Medicare Advantage plans, your HMOs and your PPOs, they're going away. They are getting out of the game. And the other thing they're doing is they are not paying the insurance agents that are writing the plans. Some of the plans don't give commissions anymore. So you got to look at what you've got and where you're at. I have people come in and say, I don't know how to get on my computer. I don't use my computer very much. Well, get your kids or get a person from your church or temple, or if you play golf, get a buddy, whatever, to come over and look at it. And you go on Medicare.gov and you see what's going to happen, where it's going.
And you can do that and take Toni's advice to do that. This is Medicare Moments, and your host is Medicare expert and columnist and author Toni King. My name's Jim Glogowski. We'll be back right after this important message. Don't go away.
Caring for someone with dementia is one of the toughest journeys, but you don't have to do it alone. I'm Allison Schreier, and my experience caring for my husband inspired me to create Zinnia, a therapeutic streaming service designed to support people living with dementia and reduce caregiver stress. Zinnia offers research-backed videos intentionally created for people with dementia, engaging, calming, and easy to follow. Whether you need to ease agitation, create moments of joy, or make daily routines smoother, Zinnia is here to help. Family and professional caregivers use our content to turn challenges into opportunities for connection. Accessible by subscription on mobile devices and connected TVs, Zinnia is simple to use whenever you need it. Because when caregiving feels easier, life feels better. Go to zinniatv.com and sign up for a free trial today. Use the code RESOURCE for 15% off an annual Zinnia subscription.
Welcome back to Medicare Moments with your host, Toni King. And Toni, we talk about what you do, or at least I was talking about it as we went into the break. You are a columnist. You appear in newspapers all across the country. You also are an author. You've authored books that are available on your website, tonisays.com. That's TONISAYS.com. You like for people, right, Toni, to send you questions. Is that true?
Oh, I love questions. They send us questions every day. But how I got started doing this is I'm an insurance agent. I also write insurance. And I got started because a gentleman came to my workshop and he got the wrong information from Social Security. We've gone through this. And he called Social Security and they told him the wrong information. They said, you can cancel your Part B. And he canceled it. And then the next month he went in the hospital and got a stent put in his heart, had to pay 100%. It was over $10,000. And that was 15 years ago. Today, we're in the middle of this prescription drug disaster. And that's all I can call it. I've never been as upset about anything as I am right now. And the reason why this is going on is because they made changes with Medicare during the Inflation Reduction Act, whenever that came around about 2 or 3 years ago. This year, there's 10 prescriptions that they're making changes to. And Medicare went to the manufacturers and negotiated the 10 high-cost prescriptions. They're Eliquis, Xarelto, Januvia, Jardiance, Farxiga, Entresto, Enbrel, Imbruvica, Stelara, and Novolog. That's insulin. Okay, Novolog is insulin. Stelara is $27,000 a month. They negotiated the cost of all of this with the manufacturers. And I'm sure the manufacturers sent it back to the prescription drug companies. And here we are. I mean, yesterday I had a gentleman who sent me an email because he takes Humira. and he looked online to do his prescription drug plan. He knows how to do it. He's an engineer. And he looked up his Humira, and there wasn't one company that was covering the Humira. So I pulled it up. I put Humira on Medicare.gov to see what the cost was, and it came up that it's going to be $99,691. It's an $8,000, almost a $9,000 prescription a month. And he couldn't believe. He said, "What do I need to do?" And I said, "You go back to your doctor. You see if there's another prescription you can take. You go back to Humira and see if maybe you can get it at a discount. Sometimes if you're not covered by Part D, they will write it off. They will give you some help. Or you find a pharmacy in Canada and you go to Canada and get it." And I have clients that have brought their prescriptions in and they go to Canada to get them. And it's amazing what the cost is. So I told you about that. I said how important that is. And people need to realize you have got to get in the game. You've got to go online and look at your prescriptions. That is so important. Don't you think, Jim?
It is. And that's the message that Toni's trying to send with this all-important podcast, Medicare Moments, today. You may be happy with your prescription plan for years, but it may be changing as the calendar changes to 2026. The prescription plan might change as well. So Toni's advice to you is go online, check it out, and make sure that your medications are covered in 2026 the way they are today or as close to it as possible. Toni welcomes your calls. Her Medicare hotline is 832-519-8664, 832-519-8664. That spells Toni, by the way, Toni. Toni's website is tonisays.com. That's TONISAYS.com. Email her. You have a question, info@tonisays.com. And Toni, we really would like our listeners to get proactive. You say get in the game. I say proactive. It's kind of one and the same, to go out there and make sure that you look and you don't have a January 1 surprise, right, Toni? That's what you want.
If they don't make a change and their prescriptions are not covered under their plan, they will pay 100% out of their pocket. Let me tell you what happened with one prescription drug plan, and then we can end this. There's a company that in 2023 was $6.80, where I live in Houston, Texas. It's a prescription drug plan, nationwide company, owned by a big company. 2023, $6.80. 2024, $9.80. This year, that prescription drug company went up to $44.80. And next year, it's going to go up by $50, $94.80. That's serious.
It's extremely serious. And that's why Toni says, be proactive. Get in touch with Medicare. Go online, like she said. If you need help going online, go to someone in your family, someone in your church or synagogue. Get online, check it out. Make sure you're not blindsided by something that could cost you a whole lot more money. And you can reach out again to Toni. 832-519-8664. 832-519-8664. So Toni King, back to you. Thanks for all this information that's so important for our everyday lives.
Well, thank you, Jim. And I need to let everybody know we are in the best country there is. And we really need to say a prayer for the United States of America, because America needs help. And it doesn't need all the stuff that's going on. We need to just get back to the basics. Amen.
In 2009, I met a gentleman who was giving wrong information about Medicare, which cost him over $10,000. After helping him, I knew that it was up to me to start advocating for America. Hi, I'm Toni King, host of Medicare Moments podcast. Join me every Wednesday as I share tips, strategies, and little-known facts I've learned over the past 20-plus years. I put Medicare into people terms, and I want to help you personalize your Medicare, because with Medicare, it's what you don't know that will hurt you. Medicare Moments is available now anywhere you listen to podcasts.